Hey team, it's Mr. Z, and we're doing some Math 3 review. So essentially what we're doing now is just kind of corresponding factors to zeros, and this should be a fairly quick process for many of you. Let's go ahead and review. So basically these skills are linked, they're kind of opposites. When you're trying to figure out the zeros that correspond to a factor, you have to remember, well, an x-intercept. There's two types of x-intercepts. Both x-intercepts have a y value that is 0. So when you need to find the 0, well, ask yourself what number makes x plus 5 0. You can do inverses, and then you would get negative 5 is equal to x. Many of you should be able to identify it on sight. What makes x plus 5 0? However, the reason I showed you the inverse method is for numbers that are 2x plus 1, you may be required to write it out to get an accurate statement. I would minus 1 from both sides. I'm going to get negative 1 is equal to 2x. I'm going to divide each side by 2. And I get x is equal to negative 1/2. Notice if I plug this in, 2 times negative 1/2 is negative 1 plus 1 is 0. These are the zeros that correspond to each factor. Almost. The final thing to do is to remember zeros are x-intercepts. I keep saying that word over and over again, but x-intercepts are coordinates. So here, my final answer, x comma y. Oh, it's an x-intercept, 0. X comma, it's an x-intercept, 0. That's all that was missing. All right, now on the right, we want to write the factor that corresponds to each 0. This is going to be the same thing we're doing. This is essentially the solution that makes it 0. So you're given 0 is equal to, well, if I plug 2 in, what gets rid of 2? What gets rid of 2? So think about it this way. X is equal to 2. I need it to be equal to 0. I get x minus 2 equals 0. Notice how this is where we started here. Basically the inverse. What is the factor? Well, x minus 2 is the factor. Again, same process. X is equal to negative 3 over 8. Well, I'm going to get it equal to 0. So I'm going to add 3/8 to each side. And that's going to equal 0. Now, I'm going to get rid of this denominator because I know if I multiply it by 8 to both the left and the right side, I'm going to get 8x plus 3 equals 8 times 0, which is still 0. So here, I get the factor 8x plus 3. This right here would be, if you just left it at x plus 3/8, technically that's right, but the better answer would be to get rid of the denominator, and you would get 8x plus 3. Hope this helped, team. That's it for now. Ciao.